Alright, today's video is going to be a decimal number divided by a whole number. Okay, so 72 and 8/10 divided by 5. We're going to use the standard algorithm by putting 72 and 8/10 inside this little division house and 5 on the outside. Okay, so what we want to do is the first thing is bring this decimal up into our quotient. So our decimal is right there, right above the decimal here. And then we divide like normal. How many times can 5 fit into 7? Once, which is 5. And see, we're just dividing like normal. And I'm running out of room here, so I'm going to move this up. And I get this remainder 3 right here, okay? But when I have a decimal number like this, what I can do is add a 0 onto the end and keep adding zeros if needed, so I don't end up with a remainder. So then I'm going to bring this 0 all the way down, and I have 30. 5 can fit into 30 evenly, which is 6. So if I subtract 30, that equals 0. So I don't have to keep going. So our answer is 14 and 56 thousandths. I have another example for you of dividing a number with a decimal by a whole number. So we're going to do 84 and 6/10 divided by 12. And we're going to use the standard algorithm here. So we're going to put 84 and 6/10 inside the house and 12 on the outside like that. And then we're going to move our decimal up into the quotient like so. And we just divide like normal. This is the most important step here, to move that decimal up, and then we get to divide. So 12 divided into 84, 12 actually goes into 84 exactly 7 times. So that is 84, 12 times 7. Subtracting, we get 0. And then we bring down this 6. But what's really important here is that 12 cannot be divided into 6. So we cannot just put any number we want here. We have to put a 0 here. Okay, so 0 times 12 is 0. Subtract again and we get that 6. Okay, but we cannot say this is 7 remainder 6. We don't do remainders when we have decimals. You want to add a 0 onto the end of this decimal number because it doesn't change the number. This is still 84 and 6/10 or 84 and 60 hundredths. Then we can bring down this 0 and we have 60. 12 can be divided into 60 5 times, which is exactly 60, and we subtract and we get 0, so we're good. So this is 7 and 5 hundredths. Okay, so let's actually check that with multiplication. 7 and 5 hundredths times 12 and see if we get 84 and 6/10. So 7 and 5 hundredths times 12. 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 2 times 7 is 14. We do the X and O. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 7 is 7. And then we add 0, 6, 4, and 8. And then we have to move our decimal 2 places. So 1, 2. And we got it. 84 and 6/10. So that checks out.